Okay, this is something I bought for myself just to play around with. I'm going to try Linux on this, although I'll probably try Windows 11 on here first just to see how it runs with all the bypasses. This is an X99 motherboard. It's a Xeon 2650 version 4. That's 12 core, 24 thread. It's got 8 gig of ECC RAM. It's got a 256 gig M.2 on it. Oh, it says it's got Windows 10 on it. And then there's a video card in there too. So the only thing I need for this is a power supply, a video card, a case, and cooler. And I bought these coolers also. These are, I ended up getting 2. But right now, all this here, right here, I'm in $130. I went with this because it's a gigabyte, and I know I'll be able to find a BIOS for it. I already gone, even before I bought it, I got on the web page, and this is old hardware. It's just something I want to play with. I want to do Linux. I have an RX 580 I'm probably going to throw in this because I know NVIDIA has problems with Linux. It's not as compatible. But I'll show you when I get it all out of the box. So in this bundle I got off eBay, I want to show you that it's the Gigabyte X99 UD4 CF. That's the newest BIOS, 6/15/2018, so it's definitely older hardware. I did figure out how to get Secure Boot running on this. One of the primary reasons I went with this board is I did some research before I bought it, is I'm going to put a TPM module in there. I already ordered the TPM module. It goes in right here. I think it was like $20. And in this bundle, it did come with a 2 gigabyte NVIDIA card. I probably won't use this. I'll probably put this on Facebook Marketplace and resell it. I'll probably ask like $10, $15 for this. I really have no use for a card. I mean, for a card like this, but if you have like an office PC and you just want to run an office PC, this will work. But it's not enough for what I'm trying to do with this. As you can see, I threw a RX 580 in there. I was gaming Fortnite on it last night. With this RX 580, I was hitting around 160 frames per second at 1080p performance mode. As I get it going further, I'll see how it does in DX12 and all that. But all in, when I build this, I don't have the cooler on there yet. I just got an AMD cooler sitting on there. I haven't cased it yet. But I'm pretty impressed with what I bought here. For people that want to build a Xeon, you got those inexpensive Chinese bundles. They're on AliExpress. You can find them on eBay. I think there's even some on Amazon. I wouldn't say go with one of those because you're not going to find a BIOS update, nor are you going to be able to put TPM in there. This is one of the primary reasons I went with this Gigabyte. And I don't know with 100% certainty that this is going to work to begin with. But I thought, what the hell? I bought this to play with, and it's working so far. Just the fact that I'm able to get Secure Boot running on here is a major plus. So I'm in the BIOS now, obviously. So as I was playing around with this, because I thought, man, I should be able to at least get Secure Boot running on it. This is a name brand board. It's not some machinist or some other AliExpress cheap board. What I had to do was right here, under BIOS, there's several options here, but I had other operating system on there first, and UEFI was not showing up. When I told it to run in Windows 8, 10, save and reset, rebooted the BIOS, then CSM showed up. I disabled CSM, and then I went in and enabled Secure Boot. Had to set this to custom. I ran in there and I reset all the keys because all the keys were, the value on them was all at 0. So under Secure Boot Custom, went in under Key Management, reset all the keys. Then I went back to Standard, enabled Secure Boot, After all these changes, you have to save and reset the board. I mean, if you do like if you try to do this all at once, it's not going to work. You have to, save and exit, reset, and then go back in and then do your key management, save and reset, go back in, enable Secure Boot, save and reset. Like I said, if you try to do CSM, key management, and Secure Boot all at once, it's not going to work. You have to do it individually, save and reset each individual time. I'm really hoping this TPM module I purchased for this is going to work. I'm not going to put a link to this right now because if it works, I'm going to buy every bundle that this guy has for sale. This will put me back in for building budget PCs that I can sell for like $350, $375. You throw like a 580 or a 1660 or a 1060 in there, and you've got a usable budget gaming PC. Another thing I wanted to point out that I found really useful on these boards was they support ECC RAM and non-ECC RAM. I have a plenty of non-ECC RAM. These come with 8 gig of ECC RAM, which is server RAM. I'm not sure that processor supports both. I'll find out because I'm going to pop 16 gig in there and see how it does because this only has 8 gig. But that's a plus. Those AliExpress boards, I don't want to call them trash because if you're trying to build a PC on a budget, but you're not going to be able to play Valorant, you're not going to be able to play Battlefield 6. I was playing Fortnite on here. Fortnite will run, like I said, but you can't play in any tournaments because if you play in a tournament on Fortnite, you have to have TPM so that they can verify their anti-cheat protocols. TPM is really important now. You have to have TPM if you're going to go with certain games. Okay, so I kind of got excited and come right in here and installed this module, the TPM module. I'll show you. My BIOS, I have the latest BIOS release on this board, and I have TPM and Secure Boot running on a Xeon. I bought this module off of Amazon. This is the 20 pin. There's different. You just got to make sure you buy the module that marries up to your board. This is specifically for gigabyte boards. And TPM is running. I got TPM running on a Xeon. Pretty stoked about that. I'm in the process of downloading Valorant. I'm going to throw some gaming in there to show you. I'm pretty happy. This is going to be a very good budget PC with Secure Boot and TPM for less than $300 in February 2026. This is that was $24, I believe it was. But that's where they're going. You got to make sure you got the right amount of pins and all this and that it works for your board. But works for me. Okay, so I got this Xeon all assembled now. I finally got the proper cooler on there. Socket 2011 version 3. It does have a slightly smaller fan on it than usual. I think that's 90 millimeter instead of 120 millimeter. But hey, it all works. I got some games downloaded on it. I'll finish this video up, casing it, and I'm going to make a separate video of its performance, how it actually performs. I did want to throw this in here real quick. This is just an idle in Windows, 20 degrees Celsius. I've never had a CPU that runs that cool. I heard Xeons run pretty cool, but that's pretty impressive for a 12-core, 24-thread processor running at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I got it cased. I haven't cable management and all that yet. I like to make sure everything functions before I, button everything up. Here we go. This is the button for the RGB. That works. First boot usually takes a couple seconds longer because you've had the video card and all that, and the BIOS is rereading stuff. Here we go. Keyboard lit up. Hey, there we go. we go. So this was under $300. Maybe I'll write everything down what it cost me. But don't expect to, maybe close to this. I've had this video card a while. That is an old mining card. I like the XFX RX 580s because they're dual BIOS. There's a switch in there. There's usually a mining BIOS. I usually reflash them. I think I did reflash this one. I'll check it. But that's why I like them. You just flip the switch and they go back to the original BIOS. But don't expect, I probably paid $40 for that. It was $129 for the motherboard, the RAM, the CPU. It came with a video card. There was a 256 gig SSD in there. I threw in a 500. That is the cheapest 500 watt power supply I could find on Amazon. I think it was $31. I wouldn't recommend it, be honest with you, but I was trying to build an extreme budget. This case came out of Amazon resale. It was only $40. So it is possible. I'll write everything down on a piece of paper, or maybe I'll make a picture with the cost of everything. But it is possible to do all this. It's probably going to take you a while to acquire all the material to do it. Okay, so here we go. Computer is complete. It's cased. I have used this case before. One of the reasons I selected this because I knew it had smoked glass on it. And I thought, well, if I put an ugly cooler on there, it'll help hide it. Actually, that's a decent cooler on there. But no RGB on it, but that's fine. These Xeon coolers, I had to order that off eBay. But come out pretty good. It is possible to build a budget computer in 2026 for less than $300. But again, like I said, it's going to take some shopping on your part to achieve that.